Okay, Nikki. So for today's session, I want to approach things a little differently. We've been working a lot with trying to reduce stress and anxiety by doing relaxation techniques and making a scheduled plan. But we haven't really tackled some of those negative thoughts that you've mentioned you've been having in regards to anxiety. So I have a worksheet with me today, and I'd like to work through it with you. Because we have discussed before about, and having some situation occur, and then you have this thought that pops up, and we've talked about core beliefs and how you have behaviors based on that. So I want to focus specifically on these anxious thoughts, and if you wouldn't mind filling out some of these, and we'll just discuss them together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So first we have describe a common situation that triggers your anxiety. So something typical that you might deal with every day in any particular event.
Yeah. I guess I have to do a presentation in front of my class. And it's one of our last projects, and that's something that I'm very anxious about, and it causes me a lot of anxiety.
Well, let's try and work through that.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do next is imagine you're faced with this anxiety-producing situation. So imagine you're in front of the class, you're getting ready to present, and I want you to think, what is the worst outcome that could occur?
I guess the worst outcome could be, I faint. I'm so nervous, I just faint in the middle of the class. Or, I guess a less extreme would be, I just freeze up and, don't know what to say.
Okay. What do you think the best outcome could be?
I just, go up there with confidence and speak clearly, and my presentation just goes smoothly and perfectly, and everyone understands what I'm explaining or presenting.
And what do you think is the most likely outcome to occur?
I guess the most likely would be I'm just a little bit nervous, but everyone understands my presentation, and I have a little bit of nerves, and that's it.
So it still goes well, but you're being yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. What I'd like you to do now is imagine that the worst outcome comes true. So if you did faint or if you did freeze up, would it matter a week from now?
Yeah. It would, because I would get my grade back and I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Now, do you think that if you fainted, your professor would not be understanding of that?
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yeah, he'd probably be understanding.
Okay, so maybe we could deal with the freeze up a week from now, or the fainting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from a month from now, would it still matter?
No, not really. I guess, it's going to be Christmas, and I have other things to think about. So, yeah, it won't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a year from now?
Yeah,
no. No, won't even remember it.
Won't even remember. Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got a situation. We've got what might happen and how you might feel about it a week, a year from now. Usually anxious thoughts, they focus on the worst possible outcomes, even when they might not be likely. So if you're nervous about giving your speech and you think I might forget my presentation, I might embarrass myself, I might faint, I want you to pretend you're an outside observer. So you're looking at this person who's giving this presentation, and I want you to put down first your thought about it, and then we're going to look at it from the observer's point of view.
Okay. So you want me to write down my, thought?
Yes. The first automatic thought that you might have about the situation.
I guess it would be I'm going to stumble on my words and just look stupid, and I'm going to fail the class and never graduate.
Okay. Now, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now we are an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at the situation occurring.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking, okay, this girl, she just fainted, or this girl, she just stopped talking altogether. Okay, what do you think their thought might be? Let's just focus on the fainting.
Okay. I guess I would be like, or their thought would be, oh my gosh, is she okay?
Right.
Like, is her well-being okay?
So they're not going to
they're not going to think,
concerned with
okay. They're not going to be concerned with, like, anyone looking stupid or anything.
Right.
Like,
and now if you froze up?
Yeah. I think they would be, or an outsider would just be like, poor girl.
Well, and
they
these
would
are your
feel
fellow
bad.
peers.
Yeah. They would feel bad. Because they would know that I'm nervous, or honestly, maybe even they knew that I was felt uncomfortable.
Right. They've probably experienced similar.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe as you approach this presentation, would this be helpful to start thinking through if that automatic anxious thought came up?
Absolutely. Yeah, that definitely does help.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll make a copy of this and I'll let you take it home. And, you can fill it out on your own. It doesn't have to be about the presentation. You can tackle a different situation if you want to, and we'll discuss it again next week and see how it's been working.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.